Hi, my name is Dana Trump. For the people that have the older tractors, we're going to show you the installation process of a Land Pride third function valve on the older MX Kubota tractors. We've got two kits to cover these older units. The 380-166A is going to be a Pioneer tip. The 380-334A is going to be a flat face tip. These will actually cover the models of the MX4700, the MX5100. These tractors will have the LA844 loader on them. The other models that we cover with this kit are going to be an MX4800, the MX5200, and also the MX5800, which will have the LA1065 loader. This older tractor behind me happens to be the MX5100. This third function valve was already installed on it. We're going to show you how it was installed so you guys can mimic this to add to your older tractors. Okay, when you get your third function valve kit, these are packed in foam. This kit here is actually put together as much as possible to speed the process of installation. You notice the mount is actually attached to the valve. Hoses are installed. The pressure and tank port has got the correct hose in the correct location. Next in the box, it's going to be your handle. On this kit here, you will have to do some wiring. We'll get to that later. Here is the hoses that run down the loader arms to the bulkhead. If you notice, it's all together. Couplers are on. And if you notice these star washers here on these bolts, you don't need to cut those off. Just screw them on. They'll clamp down very nicely. It's not a problem. What else is left is the instruction manual. We're going to show you how this one here is installed, and also we will show you how this thing gets wired up out here on the table so you can actually see it better. We'll also show you on the tractor where the wires go. First off, you need to mount your valve kit to the loader mount. You're going to basically take these two lower nut and bolt off. That actually does help hold this loader mount on. There's another bolt on each side above, so it won't go nowhere. You put your valve on there, put your nuts and bolts back in there, tighten them down, and that'll get your valve mounted to your loader bracket. Next up is we're hooking up pressure and return lines. Okay, think of this hydraulic system as a blood vessel. It only runs one way. You can't run it backwards or you will damage your valve. Make sure the pressure goes to pressure, tank return goes to return. The pressure basically comes out of this top right port and it feeds the loader valve. From there, it comes out of the power beyond port and dumps back in to this port here. After it goes into here, it goes in through the tractor. That's what runs the 3-point up and down before it dumps back to case. You notice the pressure port on the third function valve has got the straight fitting. The tank port / return has got the 90-degree fitting. With that being said, you've got a line on this block here. The top left port, as you look at it this direction, comes up to the power beyond port. This is one hose. You remove this hose and discard it. The pressure line for the third function valve gets threaded up through here and put on this fitting right here. The return line on the third function valve is going to come down and hook into this port here. Again, double check the routing is correct. Now that the hoses are put on, the next step is going to be to add the hoses, go down the loader arms to the torque tube of the loader. Okay, to install the hoses to the torque tube of the loader, they run up the loader arm and hook in the third function valve. Keep in mind, this is an older loader here. You notice on the steel tubes down here, there's not a cover on them. You see this top bolt in this bracket? You'll have to remove this bolt for this style of installation. There's already a longer bolt here to take up for the material thickness. So if you remove that one bolt down here, this here will thread right on to this one. The models that actually have the cover on it, if you have a hole on the top, you can actually utilize a second bolt. It varies on the age of your loader. At this point, after this installed, run the hoses up your loader arm. You'll notice we have a zip tie here off this hose. These hoses come back and the ends do snap right into your third function valve. These hoses swivel. So when you put them on, make sure you tighten them, straighten them up. They operate here very well. They don't move, stays away from your paint. You're good to go. Okay, next step, we're going to install the electrical. That's going to start off with the handle. The knob that's already on your loader lever, pull it off. You're going to install the new handle on it. Rotate this handle on this stem to your liking where you want your buttons. Everybody has their own preference. Put it where you like it. At that point there, pull that boot off, run the wire through the boot, put a zip tie on. You're going to run this wire right down through the hole and let them dangle for the time being. Put your boot back on. Next step is I'll show you how to hook up the wiring, because like I said before, you're going to need some wire, strippers, and some connectors. You're going to do some hard wiring. Okay, the electrical. I'm going to show you out here on the table because it's a lot easier to see in the open than in the compact compartment. Your handle wiring here, you notice you got 2 reds and 2 blacks. The 2 reds, each red wire goes to a hot side of the switch. The black wires go to the other side of the switch. So when you activate the switch, you get power coming up and back down. These 2 black wires, you're going to hook into the 2 blacks, and the other one's going to be white and black. That is going to power the solenoid on each side. Remember, when you push these buttons to activate, only push one at a time. You'll have to take these 2 red wires. We need power to them. So you're going to have to add that wire from there to your power source, battery, wherever you want to hook it in at. In the bag of zip ties, you will find a fuse holder with a 10 amp fuse in it. Make sure you put this on the hot side. Again, add a wire to these 2 red ones. That's your hots. Go to your power source. Make sure you put this fuse holder in a place easily accessible in case you need to change the fuse. Okay, at this point here, your third function valve is installed. Now it's time to start your tractor up. Come out here and check for any leaks anywhere. Run your loader up and down. Use your grapple. Run your 3-point up and down. See if everything works as it's supposed to and also sounds like it's supposed to. If something doesn't work like it should or sound like it should, check your pressure and return lines. Most likely you got them backwards. If you have more questions, consult your operator's manual or see your local Land Pride dealer. For more instructional videos, go to Land Pride's YouTube channel. I'm Dana Trump. Thank you for watching and thank you for buying Land Pride.